Well, good morning again, everybody. Chaplain Joe coming back at you here again. I want to talk to you about the subject under the umbrella of faith and patience. When your heart seems to be broken by God, meaning you get your hopes up and then all of a sudden it seems to get worse before it gets better. You had an expectation for something. You thought this was going to be your breakthrough. You thought this is when your train was going to come in, if you will. You thought this was when the blessing was going to happen. You thought you expected it to be one way. And then something happens where it doesn't turn out to be anything like you thought it was going to be. In some cases, it's even worse than you thought. We're going to continue about the story of Joseph again, and I want to see something that Joseph went through that we can glean and learn from today. In Genesis chapter 40, it says this. In those days, Joseph he explained a dream. I'm just going to go ahead and paraphrase. He explained a dream to the baker and basically the cup maker. The wine tester guy, if you will. And to make a long story short, when Joseph was in prison, now keep in mind, remember he went through Potiphar's house, and this is after he got sold into slavery by his brothers, and then he got accused of rape in Potiphar's house, and then he got thrown into the prison because of the accusation of rape, which he was innocent from, and now he's in charge of the prison, but he's still a prisoner in the prison. So he goes from like one bad thing to another bad thing to another bad thing, and then in Genesis 40, these two individuals get thrown into prison. One was accused of, or they were accused of theft. And to make a long story short, Joseph interprets their dreams, and the guilty party gets hanged and he dies. And the innocent party, I guess the wine taster or whatever, he goes free. Okay? But then Joseph says, hey, when you get out of here, please don't forget me. Okay? And then the Bible says, and how does the guy that return that kindness? The Bible says, and that guy forgets about Joseph. So I want you to put your thinking caps on, if you will, and really think about what's going on here. Joseph goes to this guy and says, hey, I'm interpreting this dream for you, but when you get out of here, don't forget about me. I can see Joseph now. He's like, he might be thinking, this may be my chance. This may be my chance to get out of here. This may be where it's all going to turn around for me. This is when it's going to get good for me. This is when my blessings are going to happen. This is when I'm going to get delivered from this prison. This is when I'm going to get out and all that kind of stuff. So he goes to the guy and says, hey, when you're set free and you're found innocent, don't forget about me. And then the Bible says, and that guy forgets about Joseph, and he's left in prison even longer. Now, we all know the story. God does eventually turn it around for Joseph, but at that time, Joseph did not know that. So keep in mind, what do we do when it seems as if God breaks our heart? Well, number one, realize God isn't breaking your heart. It seems that way. Number two, the right thing at the wrong time can become the wrong thing if we're not mature enough to receive the blessing God has for us. So there's a process and there's a timing. God's timing is not necessarily our timing. So the right thing at the wrong time can become the wrong thing if we're not mature enough to handle it. So submit to the process. Know there's a reason why it's happening. Now, we may not know that reason, but God does, and we just have to trust Him. And again, remember in the beginning, God gave Joseph a dream. So since God gave Joseph the dream, God will bring it to pass. It just has to be done in its proper timing and season. So continue to remember that when your heart seems to be broken by God, realize it's not. You're just on the potter's wheel, and God is molding and making and shaping you to handle the blessing or handle the dream or handle whatever His will is for your life to come to pass. Until next time, God bless.